Before I get started, I say in many videos, I think counter depth refrigerators are an inexpensive way to improve the look of your kitchen, especially an existing kitchen. You don't see the textured sides. However, in this video, I want you to understand there are three main problems to counter depths and how you can incorporate a larger standard depth refrigerator and still have a good looking and functional kitchen. As an added bonus, you'll learn a bit about some basic kitchen design as well. The first major issue to counter depth is capacity. You may be storing more since the pandemic and counter depths do not hold as much because you're reducing the depth. It's important to understand the critical dimension for a refrigerator's width. Every refrigerator is made to fit a cabinet, in this case 36 inches, not the other way around. So you can only add capacity by increasing or decreasing height and depth. Most regular depth refrigerators are between 26 and 28 cubic foot, with 30 cubic foot being the largest. 30 cubic foot refrigerator has a depth over 35 inches. Counter depth refrigerators are usually 20 to 23.8 cubic feet with a depth of about 28 inches, 24 to the door to cover the sides plus the door itself. That's a big difference, but what does that mean for actual storage? The shelf is reduced from 17 to 20 inches in a standard depth to 13 to 14 inches in a counter depth. A chef's pan is 16 inches deep, and some larger platters could be deep as well, so it's not possible to store these larger pans and platters in a counter depth refrigerator. So size in counter depths could be an issue. I always recommend bringing in odd-shaped pans to your appliance store when buying a dishwasher. You should consider the same when buying a refrigerator to see if it'll fit. You would think that a counter depth refrigerator with less capacity would be less expensive. However, the opposite is true. Not only are you losing space in your refrigerator, but you're paying more for it as well. The difference in price can be as much as hundreds of dollars or more depending on the brand. For GE, it's $530 less to buy a 26 cubic foot at $24.99 than a 23 cubic foot counter depth at $3,029. For Samsung, their signature 4-door flex refrigerator is $39.99 for a 22 cubic foot counter depth, yet it's $200 cheaper for a much larger 29 cubic foot. LG is the most reasonable. Their 22 cubic foot counter depth is $26.99, is only $100 more than their 26 cubic foot at $25.99, but again, you're paying $100 more for 4 less cubic feet. In terms of price for refrigerator, you can always buy a less expensive, less featured refrigerator and full depth only. In counter depth, you're always buying the most expensive model. Every brand has more configurations and feature options in standard depth. For example, KitchenAid's signature 5-door refrigerator is only available as a standard, not counter depth refrigerator. You also find that in addition to larger cubic footage and lower prices, there are twice as many models for standard versus counter depth refrigeration. The main attraction to a counter depth refrigerator is not seeing the less than attractive textured sides and a large refrigerator protruding in your kitchen. What you can do, especially in new construction, is to build the cabinet out. A normal cabinet is 24 inches deep. You can have the cabinet built to match the added depth of the standard refrigerator. You see this a lot in higher end kitchens when you want a counter depth to look even shallower as an integrated refrigerator. If you have a larger kitchen or pantry, you can put your refrigerator off to the side where larger cabinets won't protrude too far into the space. In basic kitchen design, you want the most used items like the sink, stovetop, and dishwasher in the middle. So you're only a step or two from each. That's not true for a refrigerator. You're only in your refrigerator a few times a day. A refrigerator does not need to be centralized in the middle. You have more design options when you think about it that way. It's easy, especially in an existing space. You won't see the sides and it is seamless to the cabinet. Your kitchen will look better. Counter depth refrigerators are also great options in smaller galley-style kitchens. They also work well in kitchens that have the refrigerator or islands positioned in the middle. You have more space between the refrigerator and the island in a counter depth. If you need a larger counter depth, you can buy a taller one, so it's 23.8 cubic feet. However, you'll pay much more for that size, anywhere from $300 to $4,200. There's some reasons to consider a counter depth refrigerator. In some instances, it is the only option to achieve that neat or seamless look. Although counter depths do improve the look of your kitchen, you can buy much larger refrigerators for the same or less. Just think about how you use your refrigerator. You do have options to incorporate a larger unit in your kitchen plan while making it look good aesthetically. If you want more information, download our free refrigerator buying guide with profiles of all the brands, plus buying strategies and other tips to save you time and money. Almost 1 million people have read a Yale guide. Thanks for watching.